This video is brought to you by Cubamajigs, a series of reusable gaming packs for MTG Cube sideboards and other games like Keyforge. Check them out at Cubamajigs.com with new designs every Monday. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. So as you know, Wednesday means it's Wild Card Wednesday, and this week we are heading to Modern for kind of an interesting take on the Prison archetype. Normally, when I think Modern Prison, I think turn 1 Blood Moons, mono red, free win red, whatever, but this deck is kind of going a different direction. This is mono white Prison, mono white control, I don't know what you want to call it, but this one comes to us from Stormcrow, who took it to a 5-0 finish in a competitive Modern League on Magic Online. So congrats to Stormcrow on a really sweet deck. A quick reminder before we break down mono white Prison for Modern. If you enjoy this deck and you want to see it made into videos, take a minute, click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you could do to support your deck, because whichever deck is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos next week. So mono white Prison is a Prison deck, but going mono white instead of red, the more typical color, and we start off in the 2-drop slot, I guess, with Chalice of the Void. So this deck, it avoids 1-drops entirely. It's built around Chalice of the Void. So if we can get a Chalice out with 1 counter for 2 mana, we pretty much just lock all 1-drops out of the game, and because we're not playing any 1-drops at all, this is going to hurt our opponent a lot more than it hurts us. In some matchups, Chalice is just almost game-ending by itself. In other matchups, it's only okay or even bad. But still, the fact that it doesn't hurt us at all, and it's going to lock Path to Exile, discard spells, so many things out of the game, 1-drops like Noble Hierarch, makes it really powerful in a lot of matchups in our deck. So this kind of starts off our Prison plan. Then we have a bunch of sweepers. So Settle the Wreckage and Wrath of God gives us a ton of answers to creatures. Wrath of God just sweeps away all the creatures. Settle the Wreckage, a little bit weird, but it's pretty nice against decks like Dredge, against Arclight Phoenix decks, where exiling creatures is a huge deal. Plus, we're playing Modern, and a lot of decks don't have that many basic lands, so the downside of Settle is kind of minimized by how the format works. Then we have a bunch more removal, and like I said, because of Chalice of the Void, we are avoiding 1-mana plays altogether, which means instead of Path to Exile, we got Journey to Nowhere, Blessed Alliance, giving us some creature removal at 2 mana. Cast Out gets rid of anything. We can also just cycle it away if we're digging for a finisher, if it's not good in a specific matchup. Blessed Alliance also kind of some nice upside, because if we run into Burn or a deck like that, we can just gain some life along the way, which is kind of sweet. So that's our removal package. Then we have our finishers, and our main plan for closing out the game is Planeswalkers. So we start off with 4 Gideon Ally of Zendikar, and Gideon is a really fast threat. As a 5/5 indestructible, that is a lot of damage coming across, and remember, if we have down our Chalice, we lock Path to Exile out of the game, and if Path is off the table, there's not a whole lot people have to answer a 5/5 indestructible just beating down turn after turn after turn. We can also just make some night tokens if we want to, go wide. Then we have Gideon Jura, and Gideon works as another beatdown planeswalker, is a 6/6 attacker, and again, locking those 1-drops out of the play really good here as well. Or we could take it up, kind of play the control game, make our opponent attack Gideon to then -2 to destroy creatures, maybe set up a Wrath, and then at the top end of our curve, we have Elspeth's Sun's Champion, which goes wide with tokens really quickly, blows up big creatures, and if we ever ultimate, it usually just wins the game because we have a bunch of tokens on the battlefield. So that's our main plan for killing our opponent, although we also have a couple of Archangel Avacyn. Archangel Avacyn, a little bit weird, but it gives us a nice, unexpected flash threat that can come down and eat an attacker, and then if it flips around, it gives us this weird sort of Wrath and gets even bigger. So good in this deck, mostly because no one's going to expect it. People just don't expect Archangel Avacyn in Modern, so you can get a lot of sneaky surprise value with the flash. Otherwise, Secure the Waste gives us like a backup finisher. Just cast it for a ton of mana, make a bunch of tokens, untap, beat our opponent down. Mindstone just ramps us into our bigger plays a little bit quicker, getting down Gideon Ally of Zendikar on turn 3 instead of turn 4, or Elspeth on turn 5 instead of turn 6. That's a big deal in a format as fast as Modern. And then if we don't need the mana, we can always just cycle it, cash it in for another card. In the mana base, Gemstone Caverns, another kind of ramp spell, especially if we are on the draw. Field of Ruin Ghost Quarter means we have a ton of ways to mess with our opponent's lands, deal with Tron, deal with creature lands, Horizon Canopy for some card advantage, a bunch of planes. In the sideboard, we have Lane Line of Sanctity to fight against combo and also discard like Thoughtseize, Damping Sphere to lock down combo and Tron, Rest in Peace for Graveyard, Stony Silence for Affinity. One of the biggest upsides of this mono white deck is our sideboard is insane. We have an I win sideboard card for a lot of different matchups. So in games 2 and game 3, we're going to be sideboarding into some really powerful, potentially game-ending cards. Otherwise, Cast Out gives us a little bit more removals, Secure the Waste if we want to go wide, and that is Mono White Prison for Modern, and that's been our Instant Deck Tech for today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.